I want to introduce this very unique device. It's actually a microelectrical device. It has the Dr. Robert Beck, PhD, current. Actually, he didn't develop it, but he made it so easy that anybody can use it. Um, this unit I bought from a person down in Ecuador. I've been using it for a number of years. I use rechargeable batteries, and I'll tell you which type of rechargeable batteries I use because they last much longer. These type of not to dwell on that subject too long, but these type of rechargeable batteries are actually 9.6 volts, so they last longer than normal batteries, and you can use them 1,000 times over. Pretty cool. So once you buy this, you pretty much don't buy anything again. This is two devices in one. Now it has like a battery test light on it. If you look at it, like if I turn this on, you see the green light going on and off. That actually is the battery test light. This red light, when I flip this switch up, this is actually the Beck current, and this means these are not the proper electrodes for it because I have my feet. They're on the bottom of these are like medical pads, and which are these things, medical pads. So you can buy them like they're cheap. I mean, you get like a dozen of them for like, I don't know, less than $10 or something. I think they're very cheap. And you can reuse them because they stay sticky for quite some time. But how this is really uniquely used, you notice it says de-electrifier and it says for animal use because in the United States things are a little bit different some places. But when you flip it down to the low setting, which is low here, this is where this is very unique. There's only this device and one other device in the world that has this. What it does is it takes free radicals at the atomic level, correct? And the free radical is missing an electron. What this device does is adds that electron. So you do that with herbs. You might say it's a free radical fighter. You're doing this electrically at a very, very low level. Now you'd actually have to do this for a few hours, so it's best to use it at night when you're sleeping or something because you can't really walk around with this, but actually to go on each heel, okay? Each heel. So what happens is it's actually taking out the free radicals in your body. So like people who have diabetes, they'll have a lot of free radicals. And so it helps with people with diabetes. People with sports recovery, in other words, when you exercise extremely hard, you'll build up a lot of free radicals. So this works well with sports recovery. And another device is sold that's similar to this for $1,000 that it claims to help with sports recovery, and people who use it say it does help greatly with sports recovery. Now this device is actually two devices in one. It's actually the Beck current, which I have actually shown on other videos, and it's also this anti-free radical device where it's taking free radicals at the atomic level. A free radical is like on an atomic level is missing an electron. It's an unstable atom. So what happens is it adds the atom to the electron to the atom, and it makes it a stable atom. So it converts free radicals into stable atoms again that are not free radicals, or like unstable atoms missing an electron that are colliding with other atoms and creating more free radicals. So this stabilizes all that. Now the other thing is, if you know with free radicals are a cause of aging in one theory. Maybe it's not the only cause, but it is a cause. So theoretically, this can actually help greatly with anti-aging at an atomic level. Actually, if you get into some of the work of Dr. Robert Otto Becker, MD, not Robert Beck, PhD, you look at some of his work from the 70s and some of the things, like he was defunded actually. Personally, I think because he was getting onto some things that were just too good. Conspiracy theory, but who knows? Maybe it isn't not a theory, but maybe it is possible with frequencies and certain electrical impulses that are extremely low, because to actually stop the aging process completely. Who knows? Maybe that's possible. Now, a word to the wise as a basic rule with microelectricity. You normally cannot feel anything. You might feel the very slightest of anything, that's it. But you definitely do not feel like an electrical shock, like you're getting shocked. If somebody ever says some micro electrical device is doing this and that, and you feel like a shock, like where it's actually like painful, they're selling you a bill of goods. Actually, microelectricity is very, very light. It's very small current, and actually the healing currents are even lighter than the ones that cause the viruses to be eliminated from the body. The healing currents are even lighter. And there's other currents out there that Dr. Robert Otto Becker showed that even regenerated tissue, limbs and things like that on rats, which is like really it's something else other than this device. But I do want to point out this is a very, very, very unique device in that it actually will take free radicals and make them into stable atoms again at an electronic atomic level. So you're doing this electronically versus using it with herbs. Now this takes a few hours, so you might want to sleep with this, and you use these pads, and that's what these are, these pads. So that's all it is. And I have a poinsettia and a little Christmas tree here because it's around Christmas, so the tree is not up yet, but it will be probably by tomorrow, I'm sure of that. But this probably would make a nice gift too, because it's a permanent gift, and I'm going to provide a link for like what rechargeable batteries I like that last an extremely long time, and I'll show you where to get this, because this actually is two devices in one. It's anti-free radicals, so it works like anti-aging, sports recovery, and anti-diabetic, and it's the Robert Beck PhD device, which is antiviral, anti-microbes of the blood. So it's 2-in-1. You just can't beat this. I really love this thing. Plus, he has a 10 hertz setting. I explain that in another video, but the original 4 hertz setting could create some sensitivity if you're taking herbs and stuff. The 10 hertz setting, no problem, no side effects or anything. So, and fantastic 2-in-1 device. But interesting that it stops the free radicals at the atomic level. It actually adds the missing electron to the atom and cures it. It fixes it that way.